Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everybody. You are listening to the Sacred Man Experience podcast, and I welcome to you, all of you, to this amazing podcast. I am your host, Imran Muhammad. Here we speak about the journey of manhood through the lens of faith, how to be strong, but also soft, how to lead, but also to listen. Today's episode is called The Burden of Leadership, leading without losing yourself. The weight of the crown. I want the attention, and I want to talk to the man who carries the world on his shoulders. You are the CEO, the director, the business owner. You are the one who makes the decisions that affect the livelihoods of your staff. You are the one your family looks to when things go wrong. You are the fixer. You are the provider. You are the pillar. But there is a specific type of exhaustion that comes with leadership. It's not just physical fatigue. It's decision fatigue. It's the feeling that you stop pushing for even a second. The whole structure will collapse. You feel like a shepherd who is so busy defending the flock from the wolves that he hasn't slept, eaten, or looked at the stars in years. Allah the Almighty, our Lord, our Creator, says in His holy book, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not charge a soul except with that within its capacity. Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah 2, verse number 286. If you feel like you are breaking, it's not because the burden is too heavy. It's because you've forgotten how to carry it as a sacred man. Today, we talk about leading from the soul, not just the ego. The circle of concern versus influence. In neurolinguistic programming and executive coaching, we see many high flyers suffering from hyper responsibility. They've created a mental map where you are the only one capable of ensuring success. This leads to micromanagement and eventual total complete burnout. We use a tool called the circle of influence. Most of your stress comes from things in your circle of concern: the global economy, the competitors' next move, or the opinions of people who don't matter. A leader loses himself when he tries to control the uncontrollable. We also look at boundaries. In the West, we are taught that a great leader is always available. That is a lie. That is a recipe for shattered state. In NLP, we teach categorization. You need to box your identities. When you are the leader at work, you use a specific set of submodalities: fast, decisive, visual. But if you don't have a switch of strategy. You bring that intensity home and treat your children like employees. We need to install a leadership buffer to protect your core identity. The shepherd's heart. The Islamic concept of leadership is not power over, but service to. The Holy Prophet, the sacred model, the sacred example for all of us, as men and as women. The Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, has said, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Each of you is a shepherd, and each of you is responsible for his flock. Al-Bukhari and Al-Muslim. The sacred man understands that leadership is an amana, a trust. But here is the secret. The scholars of the heart, like Al-Raghib al-Asfahani, teach us something very profound. You cannot lead others if you have not first led your own nafs yourself. Think of Imam Zahid al-Balkhi. He spoke of the psychological equilibrium of a leader. If a leader is anxious, the whole body, the organization, or the family becomes feverish. We look at the example of Umar ibn Khattab. What a profound and amazing example of sacredness and sacred leadership. May Allah be pleased with him. He was perhaps the most powerful leader of his time. Yet, he would walk the streets at night carrying sacks of flour for the poor. He didn't lose himself in the title of Khalifa. He maintained his sacred center through muhasabah, self-accounting. He famously said, حاسبوا أنفسكم قبل أن تحاسبوا. Bring yourself to account before you are brought to account. When you lead for the sake of Allah, the burden becomes a bridge. You realize that you aren't the one providing. Allah is Ar-Raziq. You are just the channel and the means. This realization, my beloveds, removes the crushing weight of outcome from your shoulders and replaces it with the purity of your effort. The leaders reset. Brothers, let's refine your leadership. Here is your sacred man protocol. Protocol number 1, the boardroom to prayer mat. Transition, create a physical ritual for moving between roles. It could be taking off your watch or a specific deep breathing cycle. As you do this, visualize your leader, cloak being hung on a hook. You are now just a servant in the presence of the king himself. Let me give you another one. Number 2, the amana audit. Every Monday morning, look at your team of your family or your family and say to yourself, these souls are a trust from Allah. Amana, a trust from Allah. My job is to help them grow, not just to make them perform. This shifts you from a transaction mindset to a transformation mindset. Try that. Let's see what happens. Audit number 3, the hour of silence, khalwa. Every day, find 30 minutes. That's it. Where no one can reach you. No phone, no emails, no way of someone taking your attention away. This is your strategic seclusion. If a leader cannot sit with himself, he cannot lead others. Use this particular time to reconnect with your why. Number 4, let me give you this as well. The delegation of trust. And I want you to implement this coming week. Put it into practice. Maybe this will become a significant part of your life in general. Give one task you usually micromanage to someone else. Do it. Give that responsibility to someone else. Loosen the grip. Trust them. In NLP, this is outcome specifying. Tell them the what, but let them handle the how. This frees your mental RAM for higher level sacred purpose. Leadership is no doubt a lonely mountain. But the view is clearer when your heart is clean. You were chosen for this position because you have the strength to carry it. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, only if you carry it with what? With Allah the Almighty. Don't lose the man in the mission. In the next episode, we are going to discuss the language of the heart, how to use the tools of NLP and the Sunnah to build deep, lasting rapport with your children and leave a legacy that outlasts your wealth. Until then, I want you to go into yourself and always understand the greatest leader, the greatest king is not what is within me, but it is Allah Himself. I want you to lead with mercy, stand with strength, and remember, you are a sacred man. Till then, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.